Hello, my friends, and welcome to 1969 NASCAR Challenge. So, there was a vote lately on YouTube about what kind of challenge you want to see next on the channel, and a lot of you voted for the NASCAR Challenge. Now, to be completely honest with you, I really don't know anything about NASCAR. I mean, I know the basic things like, some V8 cars going around in an oval in a very, very, very high speed, close to each other's, and I've seen some crash videos many times on YouTube, but I don't know anything technical about these cars. So I went online, of course, and I searched for the 1969 rule book. That's how they call it. And I read it. Actually, it was very interesting back then. And the challenge is very simple. You need to make a fully on NASCAR racing car. When I was searching online for the 1969 rules, I found out that back then in that era, the cars that raced in 1969 and the 1970s were actual production cars. So, my friend, if you want to participate for a chance, of course, of winning the new and improved Rivoli NASCAR edition, as you can see, this thing has a fully on 100% replica of the Hemi 426 cubic inch. Yes, my friends, this thing is running a 7-liter V8 engine from Hemi back then from 1969, the same engine that they have chosen and they have used in their racing, of course, on NASCAR, like on Indianapolis racetrack and many other tracks. Again, I'm not really an expert when it comes to NASCAR, but I tried my best to get the rules as close as possible, and to make the challenge as interesting and as spicy as possible. So, my friends, the rules are very simple. So the production year, my friend, needs to be 1969. That's obvious, of course. The body type needs to be a two-door car, a two-door coupe, or a four-door sedan. Yes, my friends, I'm gonna allow a four-door sedan body. For example, if you do find a body in automation game like a four-door sedan from 1969, or even more or older than that, and you want to use it, it's all right, as long as it's a sedan, not a hatchback, not a pickup, not an SUV. Only sedans and two-door coupes only. All right, my friends, the next bit, which is of course the total car price, not the material cost. No, I'm talking about the total car price. Your car needs to cost $40,000 max, not a single dollar extra. No, my friends, only for $40,000 max. The quality sliders, because a lot of you asked me about the quality sliders. On the car itself, zero quality, no plus one quality, and no more than that. Only zero and minus quality on the car alone. The production units for the whole car needs to be 100 total points. The engineering time for the whole car needs to be 75 points, of course. Moving on, the allowed materials. The allowed materials, my friend, any material you want, you can choose, except no fiberglass, because as I've mentioned, in 1969 they have chosen real production cars, not fake, or not, for example, kit cars, or not garage made cars. Because in 1969 rule book for the NASCAR, I was reading it, and there was a little note that any car or any manufacturer that wants to participate in NASCAR, they need to make 500 other examples for normal people to buy. So, for example, if I want to race in 1969 with the Rivoli, I need to make 500 regular examples for the normal people to buy in dealerships. Yeah, that's how those cars used to be, 100% real cars. Moving on, the allowed chassis, you can choose absolutely any chassis you want, except no space frame. Again, because the cars that you will be building is real cars, not kit cars, or not, for example, garage racing cars. All right, now the most important bit, which is of course the engine. Of course, so we have a V8 only with overhead valve, or pushrod only. No double overhead camshaft, no direct acting, no single overhead camshaft, no, only overhead valve, or as they call it, pushrod system only. You need to remember that, of course, the engine size needs to be 5 liters at least and 7 liters maximum. So no less than 5 liter V8 and no more than 7 liter V8, of course. Now, the engine quality, because we are using overhead valve, and as we all know, automation game, unfortunately, you will have tons of valve float. And to help you with that, I'm gonna give you only +5 quality max on the engine alone. So you can choose +5 quality on the engine alone, not the car, the engine alone. The car zero quality max, or you can go minus, but the engine you can go +5 quality max on any part you want. Moving on, the next bit is the gearbox. Well, my friend, you can choose only manual gearbox because, of course, the only two options in the automation game were automatic or manual, and you can't go automatic. So, manual gearbox only with open differential. Please don't choose manual or automatic or auto locker because the whole car will get disqualified. Now, the tires, since we are on racing track, I'm gonna allow only semi-slick tires. Yes, my friends, semi-slick tires are allowed. That's your only option with 15 or 16-inch rims. Yes, that's it. No more, no less. And the tire width needs to be maximum 300 millimeters. That's the maximum tire width. No more than 300 millimeters. The next bit is the brakes. All right, my friends, the brakes. You can choose any brake type you want, drums or discs. It's up to you. Any size you want, any brake, any pad you want. But you have to remember that the maximum allowed brake fading percentage is 10% max. That's it. No more than 10% of brake fading. I know some of you will tell me, and I'm sure of that, some of you will tell me, NASCAR cars, they have the worst brakes on earth. I know that. It's up to you if you want to make your brakes tiny, if you want to make them extremely large, it's up to you, my friend. But maximum 10% of brake fading. Yes, and please don't argue with that because that's final. I'm not gonna change the rule. All right, so a little point that I forgot to mention in the video, which is of course the aerodynamics. Well, my friends, you can choose any aerodynamical option you want. If you want to put a wing on the car, if you want to put a front lip, well, it's a racing car. You need to have some active aerodynamics on it to keep it, grippy and to keep it off the wall when I'm driving it on the NASCAR track. And we're talking about the aerodynamics. You have also the engine cooling. If you want to leave it on 50, which is the default, it's up to you because that's the minimum. Default is it's 50 points for engine cooling. If you want to upgrade your cooling system, make the car more reliable, you will get more total category points, but the car may get a little bit slower. It's up to you, my friend. The next bit is of course the brake airflow. Well, my friend, since this is a NASCAR and no one cares about the brakes, you can keep it on 0 if you want. So it's up to you, my friend. You can leave it on 0, or if you want your brakes to be more efficient, you can upgrade the brake cooling for the brakes, of course. So it's up to you, my friend. Moving on, there's the interior. Well, you can choose single or 2 seats. It's up to you, single or 2 seats up front. And no entertainment whatsoever because this is a racing car. No one needs a radio or whatever they used in 1969. Power steering is optional. You can choose power steering. It's up to you. You can choose it or not. It's up to you. It's optional. Next bit is the safety. Of course, the safety is required. This is a racing car, so you need to choose any safety option you want. But remember, it's required, so don't choose the non-option. The non-option is not allowed. Now, the last bit when it comes to parts is the suspension. You can choose any suspension you want, but you have to remember that please tune the suspension. Don't just leave it on sport or on comfort because I promise you, with the Rivoldi, I tried to go like a super hard racing suspension, and this thing ended up to perform really, really bad on an oval circuit. So you have to find the silver lining between. I'm not gonna say give me a Rolls Royce NASCAR car. No. I'm asking you to find and to tune your suspension to perfection. Don't just use the hardest springs and just give me that's it. That's a racing car. No. You have to tune it. Take your time, my friend. Test it. Take your time. Don't just submit your car after 5 minutes. Take your time. All right. Now, the car, my friends, as you can see, the looks, because this is the new Rivoldi, as you can see, the car that you will be making, please make sure your car is truly a racing car. You need stickers, sponsorships, and I mean, I'm not asking you to give me flames or make your car racy. No, no, no. I'm asking you to put your, for example, your name on the car, like the driver name, maybe a NASCAR badge. It's up to you. For example, stickers, sponsorships, anything, my friend. It's up to you. But make sure it looks like a truly a racing car, not just a street car, because any street car or any or any road car will get disqualified. Your car needs to look like a racing car with sponsorships, stickers on it that tells what kind of brands, what's the name of the driver, and another messages if you want. Like check out these messages that I've written. It's up to you. Any messages you want. You have to like funny jokes or anything. Take your time, get creative. I would love to see special things, because special cars will be picked for the final video. Not just the best cars when it comes to total category points, no, also amazing looking cars with, for example, funny words or realistic looks with for example sponsorships and other things. So take your time, make sure your car looks like a true racing car, not just a road car, my friend. Take your time. Now the last bit is the total category points. Since we are making a racing car, I'm gonna only count the 5 categories. Yes, 5 categories only. So pay attention. If you want to calculate your total category points to make sure so you can make sure your car is in the final video or not, so you can calculate it. You need to calculate those 5 categories only, which they are drivability, sport, and safety, reliability, and eco. Yes, my friends, drivability, sport, safety, reliability, and eco. Drivability is to make sure to see how easy the car to drive. Sport is to see how sporty the car is. Safety, because it's a racing car, the racing cars needs to be safe. And reliability, because, well, you don't want your car to blow up on the first corner or the first time that I rev the engine. And last bit is the eco, because, well, some of you will say, why the eco? This is not a Prius, this is a racing car. That's true, but remember, you need to stop at the pits to refuel. And you don't want a thirsty car that needs refueling every 5 minutes. You want a car that will consume its full tank, but with the longest range as possible, so you can beat other cars. You don't want to stop at the pit stop, at the pits every 5 minutes to refuel. So yeah, pay attention to that, my friends. All right, so these are all the rules, my friends. I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is of course the NASCAR challenge, but remember, you have to submit your car before the deadline, because the deadline is the 12th of May at 6 p.m. plus 3 GMT time. So yeah, don't rush your creation. You have a full week from right now, so make sure your car is looking as beautiful and as perfect as possible, drives like a true NASCAR, and it's fast in a straight line, fast around corners. Make sure it's just perfect in every way on the track. Remember, this is not a road car, this is a racing car. So yeah, make sure that you make it as racy as possible. Not racy, racy. All right, so that's pretty much it, my friend. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. So as always, don't forget to hit that thumbs up, hit it really hard, get subscribed, of course, share the video if you want to share it, and of course to share your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you have any question about the challenge, about the rules, you can of course write them down on my Discord. You can ask me personally on Discord. Also the link in the description below. If you want to ask me, if you want to ask the viewers, ask other participants, everyone is on Discord. Anyone can help you on Discord, my friends. So that's pretty much it. So don't forget to check out my Patreon page if you want to download this NASCAR Rivoli and the regular Rivoli and my other special crazy cars. All of them are on my Patreon page, the link in the description below. And if you download them, you will be of course supporting this channel and supporting me, of course, helping me paying the bills and upgrade the channel and blah blah blah, all that nonsense. And I will be more than thankful for you for doing that. And of course, if you want to help the channel even more, and if you love the channel and if you want to really support it from all of your heart, you can of course purchase a t-shirt, a phone case, or an apron. All of that is on our BN shop. Also the link in the description below. If you want to add me on Instagram, on Snapchat, all that nonsense is also in the description below. You can find it all. So thank you so much guys for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and you can watch my previous videos over here. Get subscribed over here, and I will see you very, very soon. And goodbye for now, my friends.